Hello everyone, welcome to my first video series. I think I'm going to call it Ninja Exploration. But first, let's go over some brief history before I get into the intentions of this video series. Yeah, so I've been playing Eve for almost 2 years now, and been playing it on and off. I'll play for 6 months, take a 2-month break, that type of thing. And I was getting to the point where I was getting back to one of those situations where I was pretty bored and about to take another break. So instead of just take another break, we have an upcoming expansion, and I found some inspiration. Been watching a lot of great video content on YouTube recently, about Eve. Like, New Eden Spotlight's back, so that's been highlighting some good stuff for me. Johnny Pew's been a lot more active recently, so I was just wondering to myself, can I do cool stuff like that? So, in a feeble attempt to make some cool content, I started making some random videos about, the upcoming changes. But, I started thinking to myself, just random videos about Eve really didn't seem too compelling to me, or not very interesting at all. So I started to think, what would be a cool video series? And I really didn't know what to do. I don't know if you could really make a video series about PvP or that type of thing. Just, it really comes back to the, first central issue. Not really sure what to do in Eve. So, if I'm not really sure what to do in Eve, I don't think I'm really going to know what to make a video series about, right? But then, we got more info on Odyssey, and the changes were hitting the test server, so I was messing with those, and, I was like, maybe I'll do a video series about exploration. But first, it kind of seems, what do I really mean by exploration? And, for once there was a decent discussion on the EVE Online forums about what explorations really means, and someone put it pretty nicely that, people essentially reduce exploration to, treasure hunting, searching for DEDs or searching for professional sites and just running them to gain the ISK. And to be honest, I'll have to admit, that's what I reduce exploration to. I would go find a region that was pretty quiet, had decent, signatures spawn, and just, live in that region and farm the DED sites for ISK for a while. But as it sounds, that's not very interesting. That gets boring rather quickly, and it just gets to a point, why bother with this stuff for the ISK? What is this ISK really getting me? Not very much. So I just started to think about what could I turn exploration into? How could I make exploration interesting? And if we just go to the root meaning of the word, let's travel around to, unfamiliar places and learn about them. So that's what I'm going to try to do with this video series. And I think a good place to start is going to be, Sobnel. So I'm gonna, go around in my buzzard into all the Sobnel regions, try to learn about them, maybe check out the locals, see what they're up to. Along the way, we'll do some, some of the exploration sites, the relic sites, and the data sites, to see what those are like and pull some ISK out of those. But those aren't really going to be the main focus. That's just, a secondary effect of exploration. But so we're going to try to go about in these regions, learn about them, and see if we can run into, some interesting things and see what happens. So I think that pretty much wraps up the introduction. The next episode's actually going to be on patch day itself. Because, we're getting those new modules, and that's going to affect the fit that I'm going to use quite a bit. So, next episode, it's going to be on patch day. We're going to get the fit squared away for the exploration vessel, and we'll be making our way towards our first Somnol region that we're going to check out. Alright guys, see you next time.